Hey guys, EGX2015 day 3, and we're with Steve Gurevitz from Prif. Hi Steve.
Hello Neil, how are you doing?
It's been a while. It doesn't feel like a year, it feels like 2.
Well, we're in a different place, different EGX, and
Different name.
Different name. I'm still Steven Gurevitz.
He's from Prif. Now you might have seen Steve before showing off stuff for Geotech in the past, but you've done a switch.
Yeah, we're with the new brand Prif, and it's a new company that's going to be having stuff in the shops. Well, very soon. Where we EGX, we're end of September, so you can expect to see our stuff starting to show up worldwide. I don't know. End of October, very beginning of November at the latest, and we've got a complete range of over, I think, 23 things that we're bringing to market. Everything from headsets to batteries to chargers to a controller, and we're looking at gaming chairs. So yeah, we're not going to be niche. We're going to be a proper gaming accessories company from the get-go, and you'll be able to get hold of our stuff.
I know I've noticed with Steve, and he wouldn't say this himself, but I've noticed that you seem in a happy place all of a sudden. You do seem in a happier place.
Well, it's we can control.
Just whatever suits you, though, isn't it?
Well, it's me and the guys at Prif who are in control of our destiny, and we're making product we really care about, and obviously we want to make money from it, but we also want to make sure that some of the money that people pay to buy it goes into the product. So that way we develop, a community who actually appreciate what we're doing for them.
On that note, show us what you've got.
All right, so obviously I'm not going to talk through the whole range here. I've got a couple of toys here to show you to help tell the Prif story, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and get you on the website, and you can see all this stuff for yourself. I'm sure you'll be doing some YouTube to show how to set stuff up.
Yeah, we're going to be
functionality, all that. So do you want to tell us first what the YouTube's going to be called, or where it is? Where can they find it?
YouTube.com/PrifGear. We've got social media, which is @PrifGear for Twitter. Facebook is also PrifGear, I think. I'm getting confused now with all the different names.
It's not PrifGear, it's PrifTech.
Yep.
It's pretty much the story.
We've also got an online store, which will be prif.co.uk. So in terms of websites, we've got a retail store, which isn't up yet, which will be prif.co.uk. Separate to that, we'll have prifgear.com, which will be what we call a brochure site. That will be a site where you can learn about the product as opposed to buy it. And you don't have to buy from us. Obviously, we'll be on Amazon, we'll be in other retailers. Smith's already advertising. You can pre-order some of our products through Smith's right now. So we've got Facebook for the retail site, we've got Facebook for the Prif Gear, and the same with Twitter. So, we've got a bigger footprint than what some companies have because of the two sides of the business. But let me give you an example of some of what we're trying to do. So obviously we're making accessories, and we're trying to do accessories at accessible prices, but still with interesting features or very high quality, or in some cases the products themselves are actually quite unique because we're trying to solve real problems for real gamers. And I'll give you an example of that. This here, or this bit here, is called the PowerPak 1. And this is for the PlayStation 4 controller. Now, everyone knows the PlayStation 4 controller has a really, really poor battery, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it dies in around 2 to 3 hours. 4 if you're lucky, right? This is really sweet. You plug it in to the underneath of the PlayStation 4, and you notice it's ergonomic, so you can actually put your fingers on it. It's not a brick like some of the other battery packs out there. So it sits underneath, and it will give you 20 hours of extra battery life, which is pretty amazing. And that's the PowerPak 1.
Which we actually met up very briefly yesterday, and we was looking at this, and I just can't believe how light that is. I mean, that is like the lightest battery. It's lighter than a phone battery. I mean, it's just, look at that, it's just ridiculous. And that's going to give you 20 hours of gaming. That is just insane. How
without your fingers being all crushed and everything.
Yeah, well, you can obviously tell that it's not going to get in the way of anything just by the shape of it. It's a lovely little shape, and I've actually seen a picture on the actual pad, and you barely know it was even there. So that's a good little thing. I just can't believe the weight of it. That is insane.
Good. I mean, obviously it weighs something, but actually, ironically, again, one of the criticisms of the PS4 controller is it weighs a bit less, we say, than an Xbox One controller. So you stick this on a PS4 controller, and it actually solves that problem as well, because it does weigh something. But you're right, it's quite light. So that's called the PowerPak 1. We have another product, which is the PowerPak 1 with this bit of plastic. Together, this is called the Crescendo 1. What this is something that solves another problem with the PS4 headset, controller, I should say. which is that if you plug in a normal headset, not one that's amplified, this is the passive headset, and most users use passive headsets because not everyone can afford 50 quid or above headsets, then the volume that comes out the PS4 controller is actually quite low because the amplifier in the controller is minimal. This is a beautiful thing. This bit of metal plugs into the PowerPak 1, and this plugs into the headphone jack on the controller, and then your headset plugs in there. It doesn't just, what I call, attenuate the volume. It doesn't just allow you to control the volume. It boosts the volume. It's a full-blown amplifier. So
on this, what we've got a volume up and down wheel, and what's this one for?
Mic mute.
Mic mute.
So even whether you've got inline controls or no inline controls, that's on and off.
And then we've got the on and off, the standby switch on the front. So you'd plug your headset in the front there, and that's going to basically give you a better, louder sound using the combo than you would on a PS4, which is a problem on the PS4.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously with the Crescendo one, you get both parts. So you're getting 20 hours battery life and amplification. If you just buy the PowerPak 1...
I don't think they get 20 hours battery life on the Xbox One. I think they get about 12. So that's a lot, that.
It is a lot. It is a lot, which is why a lot of people are excited by it.
It's almost a gaming marathon. It is.
Maybe maybe that's what we should do for promotion. We should run a gaming marathon with a PowerPak 1 and
call it
like the old Duracell battery bunnies. We should have a gaming battery marathon and put the PowerPak 1 to the test.
Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that one day on YouTube and do a charity event, and we can do the two at once. Kill two birds with one stone.
See how they go. So let me show you something else, which is very cute. This is the Playsonic 1. We have a whole range of headsets, which I know you've published them on your website and when we send you through.
I love this headset.
This is the reason I like talking about this is that this headset is quite basic in terms of what you look at it. It's got a lovely finish to it. It's got a good, strong metal headband and membrane. The speaker parts, actually the ear cups, fold in, and not everyone does actually, the ones on the market, so it's very easy for storage. But the killer thing is, and as you said you love it, is we expect this to retail, should we say, somewhere between 15 and 20 pounds roughly. I mean, don't hold me to it, it's up to the retailer, but the point is it's not 50 quid, it's not 30 quid, okay? And you've listened to these and these sound phenomenal.
They don't only sound phenomenal. What really caught me on these ones is, I mean, if you look at the ear cup size, they're not big. But if you put them on your head and you don't need volume for say we listen to music or a game, it blocks a lot out for the size. I mean, you get the big cup things, and in a way, because these sit on your ear, not around your ear, they actually block out more than some of, Astros. I use Astros. I've got the Geotech headset. I would actually say, and it's strange to say it, but these actually block out more sound being on your ear. And they're not uncomfortable on your ear. They're very, very comfortable on your ear. But the amount of sound they block out...
Yeah, it's surprising, isn't it?
It's pretty ridiculous. And it's not only blocking out the sound, but it's actually delivering the sound better without, background interference, shall we say. And we tried these yesterday, and I must admit I was very surprised by that. That was the one thing that really stood out to me, was just how much sound they block out, because you wouldn't think they would.
No, you wouldn't, and they have a really good bass, mid and treble response. We work really hard on the sound quality, and they're pretty cool. So these are called the Playsonic 1, and someone else tried them earlier today, and he's a glasses wearer. If you don't wear glasses, there are things you don't think about. But he pointed out that these are really good because they don't dig in on the arms of the glasses.
And if you think about it, when what you're giving now, I mean, it's even got an inline mic built into it. Do you remember when Xbox chat headsets used to be about £15?
Yeah.
Well, you're getting a damn sight better value for money getting this.
Yes, absolutely.
It's the same price. Well, it's going to be around that market price, isn't it?
That's right. I mean, I carry these with me wherever I go for my handheld gaming and for using YouTube and Skype. I can imagine some people will use it with their main console, but some people obviously might want the bigger headsets for their main console. But these also make great gifts. So if you've got a friend who's a gamer, and you don't want to spend 50 quid on them, but you want to spend something a bit more affordable, these are a wonderful gift for someone because they're so useful. And
the other thing that I noticed is, when you're wearing the full over-ear headsets, if you're a bit like me, maybe you're wearing a cap, you might be a little bit warm just having a cap on. You get that headset on, the full ear, and it's almost cooking you. it's just you get really hot, you get really sweaty. Whereas if it's sat on your ear, if they're comfy like that, I could see them being used for a lot more hours on Twitch, shall we say?
Yeah.
Without feeling the need to take a break, without feeling the need to put a fan on or open a window, because I get really hot when I game, and a lot of it is caused by literally big headphones.
Yeah, with the heat being held inside.
Yeah.
I understand.
I get that a lot.
Well, the other thing I want to talk about before I show you the last thing I brought with you, but just to talk about it.
So just quickly, they're called the Playsonic 1, by the way.
Playsonic 1.
Right. So look out for them.
And I call this a game changer product. Is we have a product called the Playsonic 4. And the Playsonic 4 is a passive headset with a microphone, uni microphone, so it's directional, so it only picks up that from the gamer's mouth, not the whole room. It can be moved from right to left, or just removed altogether with nice little flaps, so then you can use it for music and whatever. But it plugs into and comes with a full-blown mixer.
Yeah.
A full-blown mixer which is multi-format. It has a optical USB cable. It has line inputs, mono and stereo cables to go into the line input, so you can connect it to Xbox 360 RCA, Xbox 360 composite. You can connect it to a TV headphone out. You can connect it to the line input on an Xbox 360E. Obviously, it supports composite audio from a PS3, even though you wouldn't need it because you've got the optical. Supports PC, so if you've got a PC and you've got optical, so you've got optical and USB, so you could have your TeamSpeak chat via the USB whilst your game sound comes via the optical. You could, if you don't have an optical but you have a line out, you could have your game sound via the line out and your TeamSpeak via the USB.
So you really are covering bases here, and literally day-to-day gamer issues depending on what the setup is.
Absolutely, and you've gone then separate volume control for your chat and for the game, obviously. Separate to that, it has full LAN support, so it has daisy chain chat. So the local chat, the chat that you're doing, you can daisy chain it to a bunch of other people with mixers sitting next to you. And so now, you don't have to spend well over £100 to be able to have a LAN ready mixer to do gaming. It also has a voice monitor function, so if you want to hear your own voice, so you don't know if you're shouting or not, it has a voice monitor function. And here's the killer part.
Which is cool, because I've never seen that. I've never seen that on any headset product. And I won't say that, I've looked at a million headsets. It's a sideline territory, if anything, for me. I have sort of 1-2 headsets, but I have never known anybody introduce self-monitoring into a headset before.
I think it's more of a top-end feature.
Yeah.
It's more of a top-end, and we're trying to bring top-end features to value prices, and that's the killer thing. Everything I've just described to you, with all the cables and all the functionality, as I said, other companies sell mixers that I think start well over £100. This entire
you usually have to run out to Maplins and get another lead as well, which you're putting that in the box.
We're putting the right leads in the box. You can pre-order it right now at Smith's for $59.99.
Bear in mind, we're not talking some little inline sort of mixer on the headset. We're talking a full desk mixer here.
It's small,
that works with everything and literally sort of has every type of cable that you could need for any possible setup, and it's 60 quid.
60 quid. It's going to sound fantastic. It's really, really, really exciting. And just going back to something else, we're talking about putting the right cables in a box.
Yeah.
We also have lower end headsets with a traditional 3.5mm connector. But when we say for PC on the box, we're going to put the cables you need for PC. So obviously, if you've got a modern PC with a combo,
the most frustrating part is you don't go out and buy a headset or wait 3 days or 2 days or whatever for it to come from whichever source, Amazon or whatever you bought it from, and then realise that you've got to jump in a car and drive 8 miles. That's how far I would have to go for a lead to Salford. That would be my closest destination for somewhere like a Maplins.
Yeah, exactly. So we've got a headset called the Playsonic 3, which is amplified, but a single 3.5mm on the connector, and the Playsonic 2, which is not amplified, and a Playsonic Alpha, which is just a one-ear one. But all of them will ship with an extension cable and wire adapter for those PCs users who have a separate microphone and game line inputs.
It's a great little idea, and it does make me wonder how much effort everybody else is putting in if you're not getting this kind of stuff with and then to bring the price down so much as well. I mean, who couldn't afford 60 quid?
Yeah.
For a head.
The Playsonic 4 one. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, no, it's great.
I mean, obviously that's where I'd be aiming.
Yes, exactly. But I mean, just explain. We're trying to put that mentality into all the products we do.
Yeah.
And if we haven't put the cables in a box, we won't say it's for PC. So the Playsonic 1, clearly you can use it with a modern PC that has a combo in and out. But we're not going to write PC on the box because it's not going to ship with that extra cable.
Yeah, right,
but if we write it on the box, it's got to work with it. Without you having to go.
But if I was to, if I was to do a YouTube video about this, it's going to get a mention. Somebody who wants to find out a bit more information about this is going to be able to see that what it comes with in the box, what you'd need just to add to it, and you're going to get all that information in advance anyway. So long as you do a little bit, do your tiny bit of market research, then you know exactly what you need, and you don't have to then have the box there, sat there, and then go out and get something else just to use the damn thing, which is always the most frustrating part.
Which is what we want to avoid. So if we say it's for something, it means it has all the bits in it for it to be for that thing. I know that seems really obvious, but it doesn't happen across the board.
Isn't always that obvious. No, I don't think it is. Many a time I've had that problem.
Yeah.
Or I've got to jump online after the fact, after I've got the unit, and see how somebody else has set something up. At least probably if you've got something like the Playsonic 4, for example, and you've got all those leads available, there's definitely a chance you're going to work it out faster.
And we're going to have good manuals.
Jump on YouTube.
We're going to have good manuals that actually speak to the user, thank them for buying the product, and take them through the different configurations. And obviously, if we do find any errors, we'll update things through the website proactively. And you know that, at least from because you've worked with me, we'll be on top of the community. We'll talk to people. We'll show them respect, and we'll try and help them as much as we can.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the last thing.
Yeah, this is an interesting one.
This is an interesting, and it's actually something you won't find anywhere else. Even the big boys like Turtle Beach. This is this is something special. This is the world's first CD quality mono wireless chat headset. This is called the Freedom One. And obviously we're aiming it at PS4 in terms of marketing, but it will work with the PC, and it works with the PS3, and it even works with the Mac. But in terms of PS4 users, they all have invested in an next-gen console, and compared to the PS3, the PS4 outputs audio at 48 kilohertz, which is above CD quality sound, and there's no wireless solution that currently allows them to listen and record sound, i.e. with a microphone, which matches the tech in the console they've gone and spent all that money on. This does. This uses RF technology, not Bluetooth, because the PlayStation 4 doesn't support Bluetooth. It's our own tech, it's our own software, and what this does is allows you to record at the right frequency for the PlayStation 4, and you will listen back to audio at 48 kilohertz. So you will sound like a human to the people you're playing with, and they will sound like humans to you, not robot voices. Yeah. More importantly, obviously there's a limit to how loud this can go, but we're trying to make the driver as loud as possible, so you do get a very good volume out of it. And in fact, the final version will have a silicon on the earpiece.
Now, what we saw, what Joe pulled up on this yesterday was the fact that you'd think that was rigid, but it's actually not. It's actually soft, which makes it a hell of a lot better.
Much easier to put it on. What I know is we've put a lot of love and care into this because we're gamers and we want people to have a good experience. The other thing we're doing is, again, we don't just do the bare basics. We think, what else can we do to make it better? So you see this VM, got a voice monitor. So you can press the button, and if you choose to, you can hear your own voice. So once again, you'll know if you're shouting or not. So we didn't have to put that in, but we wanted to add extra value.
Very useful for the live stream, because obviously, usually when you're trying to figure out, how loud you sound, whether you're too quiet, too loud on something like Twitch, for example, you need a second person there who has to type in the chat. Yep. Whereas hopefully that would at least assist, if not fix any volume issues you have locally, which is another. It's a great idea.
Yeah, but people often shout because they don't know how loud they sound. So this will allow them to have that feedback. And obviously, you can see it comes with two fascias, so you can swap them over.
Oh, so this one will come off and that one goes on. I thought that actually went on top of that.
No, that comes off. This goes on.
And what are they? Do they just click on?
They just click on. It's very simple. And even the dongle, I mean, I'm not going to say this is the most exciting dongle in the world, but if you look at it carefully, hopefully you can see it on the camera, we've tried to, should we say, not copy, because we're not allowed to, but we've built it in sympathy with the look and feel of the PS4 console.
With the sloped edges.
Yeah, again, with some respect for the core market that we're going after. And as you can see, if you haven't noticed it already, we've got the Sony logo on it. This is licensed, or will be licensed by Sony. They're very excited about this project because obviously they don't have an official solution themselves, and it fills a hole in the market. So when you get this, you can get it confidence that it's been blessed by Sony themselves, and we're working.
No mean feat, I'll bet.
No, it's a bit of a coup. So it's a coup, but you know, the technology's special. The solution actually has some thought and love in it, and obviously that comes together and makes Sony very pleased. So hopefully I've shown you a few things that.
Well, I love the camo, by the way.
Oh, and yes, each one will be unique because the method, I'm not an expert in painting, I'll tell you this right now, but the method we're using, which I think is water-based, to create this...
It's like hydro dips.
Yeah, everyone's going to come out differently.
Different, yeah.
So that's kind of cool in its own right. So, so hopefully I've shown you just a few tidbits that make you realise that Prif is an accessory range, who obviously we want to make money, obviously we want to be successful, but we want to do it in a way that is good for the user.
Battery. I'm also excited about that battery. I think you're going to get big. I think you're going to get big feedback from that.
Hopefully the battery really helps people out, and they feel they get good value when they buy it.
But I think, I mean, I like the Playsonic 4, but do you know what? If I was playing, for example, we do a lot of retro streaming and stuff. I think that might be perfect for plugging into my monitor. I'd love to give it a try. I would love to give it a try. Playing NES and SNES and things like that, because obviously you come across the same issues with retro. There's actually more issues with retro and getting the sound out and being able to listen to it back, and a lot of it has to come through monitors, and you don't really need a set of Astros on your head to do the retro stuff. So that's kind of a good little spot for that one to come in as well.
Yeah, and actually I remember us discussing this yesterday. You've got a very unique setup for your retro gaming.
I have.
The mixer of the Playsonic 4 would probably be ideal for sorting out all your issues. But we will be selling the mixer separately. It will be called the Mixsonic 1. So in theory, if you had the mixer and a Playsonic 1, you would have the lightness and comfort of the Playsonic 1, but you'd have the wiring solutions of the mixer to solve your wiring setup.
True.
So, you know...
And the mixers are going to come separate. If you are going to really be releasing them separate, aren't you?
Yes, I'm saying yes. So if you buy the Playsonic 4, you get mixer and headset.
Yeah.
But if you buy just the Mixsonic 1, you'll get the mixer with all the same cables.
And you can just stick any headset in it.
Absolutely.
Like
which is what I'm saying. That would be for you. It might be a good combo.
It probably would be.
So we're trying to do things there a little bit differently with some thought, and the idea is you get enjoyment, you enjoy the sound, but you find that we're solving problems to make your life as a gamer more enjoyable.
I think you're definitely on the right track with that, because we had a really in-depth, boring conversation that I'd send you to sleep about all this yesterday, as you could probably imagine, and that's where I felt you'd gone where you hadn't gone previously.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a lot more care and attention got into the technical aspects that an everyday gamer would come across, and that's how I was feeling it yesterday when we had a real in-depth conversation about these products. So I'm looking forward to them. You know, I'd love to try the actual RF
the Freedom One. The
Freedom
One.
Yeah, but I don't have a PlayStation 4 because they don't pay me enough.
Maybe one day that will be sorted out.
Well, hopefully, you never know.
God willing. So that's it really. But I hope you found that useful, and we'll keep in touch with you, and I'm sure you'll write about us, and we're going to send you some review and sample units.
So we've got the Playsonic range. This is the Playsonic 1, so that goes up to 4. So 2 is passive.
We've got Playsonic 1. Playsonic 2 is a proper gaming headset, it's passive. Playsonic Alpha is the same as the Playsonic 2, but only one ear cut. Playsonic 3 allows you to move the earpiece from left to right, but it's amplified. But amplified not with a USB cable across the floor. The battery is in the inline controls. Right. So it's just from here to controller. And then there's the Playsonic 4, which actually the headset itself is actually passive, but it comes with an amplified mixer with all those connection opportunities and is LAN ready.
And then, what are these called then? Give us the names.
This amplifier, which comes with this battery pack, they have to, because it gets the power from the battery pack, is called the Crescendo one, as in the word crescendo to make louder. But this by itself will be sold as the PowerPak one.
Right.
Okay. And then we have the Freedom one, which was the Sony licensed mono wireless headset with voice monitor, which will work on PS4, PS3, PC, and last time I tested it on Mac.
Cool.
So we've got quite an exciting range. We will also have battery packs and cables for Xbox One and charging. As we're looking at doing a sound cube, which is a really cool footstool or stool if you want to sit on it, with storage, but it also has Bluetooth audio, line input, and RF dongle based audio to plug into consoles. And we're looking at an adult chair as well. So we're going to be bringing to market, maybe not all of it literally in day one, but over the next few weeks and a couple of months, a real depth, complete range. And we're not just going to stand still. We're going to continually look, what can we do different, what else could be improved, where can we find value.
How's Santa getting the chairs down the chimney?
We'll have to ask Santa. How does Santa get
It's
anything down the
magic.
chimney?
Right, well, so there you go. Check out Prif, and obviously I'll be doing some YouTube reviews on a few of the products as usual. This is EGX. We're on day 3. It's manic.
We're not here in the press area. It's nice and calm.
Great.
Absolutely.
It's great.
The show floor itself is a bit manic. Yeah, exactly.
We better get back out there, guys.
Thank you very much, Neil.
All right, lovely to see you, Steve.
Been a pleasure.
And if you've come to EGX, we hope you had a good time. By the time you see this video, we'll all be at home sleeping it off.
Absolutely.
Take it easy. See you later.